broadcasting live across the Qatar archipelago, Qatar radio and television station, simultaneously live over 97.1. The News Rush now brings you your dose of invading, spontaneous, and influential news. Good morning! This is Shazza Bang, your guide to the world of news that matters.
And this is Arisha Abdurrahman, bringing you the hottest scoops that shook the world today.
For the headlines.
For political news, Catherine King refuses to front political stunt Senate inquiry into Qatar Airways decision.
For economic news, Qatar's economic growth stabilizes after FIFA World Cup boom.
Qatar Red Crescent Society launches Duty to Give Ramadan campaign.
For education news, transforming pre-university education at Qatar Foundation, empowering educators for an exclusive global learning environment.
For beliefs and practices news, security forces arrest abuse LGBT people.
For disaster preparedness news, Qatar TV gives extensive coverage of natural disasters in Morocco, Libya.
And for the trivia, bringing you the geometry of the Qatar National Museum.
And that's all from Qatari News TV. Catherine King refuses to front political stand. Senate inquiry into Qatar Airways decision. The Transport Minister, Catherine King, has shut down calls for her to appear before a Senate inquiry examining her decision to reject Qatar Airways' request for extra flights to Australia, labeling the probe a political stunt. Last Wednesday, King also included an almost 4-hour grilling of Qantas chairman Richard Goyder and new CEO Vanessa Hudson as the perfect discussions over the airline's lobbying of the government to reject the Qatari carrier's request. Joyce had been called upon, but his lawyer told the committee he was in Europe and available remotely. MC Kenzie said Joyce will need to appear before the inquiry when he returns to Australia from overseas or face a full RAF process, including the prospect of jail.
Qatar's economic growth stabilized after FIFA World Cup boom. The economic growth of Qatar has normalized after the country's strong fiscal performance in 2022, driven by the FIFA World Cup. According to the International Monetary Fund, in its consultation report released on November 21, the IMF disclosed that Qatar's economic outlook in the medium term seems favorable, with output expected to expand by about 1.75% per annum during 2023-25.
Qatar Red Crescent Society launches Duty to Give Ramadan campaign. Qatar Red Crescent Society (QRCS) announced on Tuesday the launch of its Ramadan campaign, 1445 AH, under the slogan #DutyToGive. With the donations of charity payers in Qatar, QRCS will implement Ramadan Iftar projects for the benefit of 281,000 people in 19 countries, as well as a wide-range humanitarian and development project for 1.6 million beneficiaries around the world.
Abir Al Khalifa discusses the increasing internationalization of education. Al Khalifa explores supporting diverse student bodies via teacher training and technological advancements, among other routes. By providing teachers with adequate training and continuous professional development, schools can ensure their staff feel safe and supported and well prepared to provide high-quality education across the spectrum of student capabilities.
Qatar Preventive Security Department forces have arbitrarily arrested lesbian, gay, bisexual, and transgender or LGBT people and subjected them to ill treatment in detention, Human Rights Watch said today. Human Rights Watch documented 6 cases of observed and repeated beatings and 5 cases of sexual harassment in police custody between 2019 and 2022. The Qatari authorities could repeal Article 285 and all other laws that criminalize consensual sexual relation outside of marriage and introduce legislation that protects against discrimination on the basis of sexual orientation and gender identity online and offline. Freedom of expression and non-discrimination based on sexual orientation and gender identity should be guaranteed permanently for all residents of Qatar, not just the spectators going to Qatar for the World Cup, Human Rights Watch said.
Qatar TV's news center provided comprehensive and exclusive coverage of the devastating earthquake in Morocco and Libya flood hit Derna. The work team at Qatar TV interacted with Qatar International Search and Rescue Group dispatched to Morocco, which is considered the first rescue team arrive at the areas affected by the earthquake.
Let's take a short break. Good day, everyone. My name is Shaza Mitimbang, and today I will be telling you our search and rescue plan after an earthquake and a flood. Number 1. Assess the situation. Determine the extent of the damages caused by the earthquake and flood, including the areas affected and the number of people missing or trapped. Number 2. Establish communication. Ensure that communication channels are open and working effectively to coordinate rescue efforts. Deploy search and rescue teams. Mobilize trained search and rescue teams to the affected areas to locate and rescue survivors. Assign specific areas for each team to cover and ensure they have necessary equipment and resources. Number 4. Prioritize rescue efforts. Focus on rescuing individuals who are trapped or injured and in immediate danger. Work closely with local emergency services, fire departments, and law enforcement agencies to coordinate rescue efforts and share information about the situation on the ground. Provide medical assistance. Set up medical triage centers near the affected areas to provide emergencies medical care to survivors. Evacuate injured individuals to nearby hospitals or medical facilities for further treatment. Evacuate residents. Evacuate residents from unsafe buildings or areas that are at risk of further flooding or collapse. Provide temporary shelter and support services for displaced individuals. Conduct systematic searches of the affected areas to ensure that all individuals are accounted for and rescued. Now you know what to do once an earthquake or a flood hits. Again, this is Shazami Timbang. Goodbye and be safe. And we're back for the trivia, bringing you the geometry of the Qatar National Museum. Here's Jamzid Malang and Ashlea Samo.
Landmark architecture often begins with a strong singular concept. This is especially true in Qatar, where a rise in modern buildings is defining national image rooted in symbolism. As one of the country's latest monumental works, Atelier's G. Novus National Museum of Qatar set out to address the contradictions and contrasts between Qatar's past and present.
Harnessing one of the region's most distinctive natural features, the design was inspired by a aggregate of mineral crystals known as a desert rose. The building itself is constructed from 539 different dish-shaped elements, with a diameter of up to 87 meters. The discs are arranged in a staggered fashion, partially overlapping one another, The complex geometry of the building's exterior is continued inside the museum, creating a unique spatial experience.
A serene and inviting spa setting with soft lighting and calming background music. The camera pans across various spa treatments before settling on a cozy seating area.
But fear not, because taking care of your nails doesn't have to be complicated or time-consuming. With just a few simple steps, you can keep your nails looking and feeling their best.
Start by washing your hands and dry them off. You can start by trimming your nails to prevent breakage and promote healthy growth. Then gently file them to smoothen rough edges. Then clean them. I used to neglect my nails ever since. But ever since I started to take care of them, I've noticed a huge difference in the strength and appearance. Nail care isn't just about luxury, it's also about self-respect. When I take the time to take care of my nails, I feel confident and put together.
Transform your self-care routine with nail care. Visit us today to experience the difference.
You have just heard the latest news around the Qatar Peninsula. Again, this is Qatari News TV. News with no bias.
News with no exception, delivering you nothing but the truth.
This is Shazam Itimbang,
And Arisha Abdurrahman,
bringing you the latest news of Qatar Peninsula. This is Qatari News TV, brought to you by Qatar Radio and Television Station 97.1 on your radio station.